What's up, guys? LA Gonzalez out of Corpus Christi, Texas here. To give you guys an update. To apologize for no vlogs over the past couple weeks. I want to shout out my mentee George for challenging me. I haven't been super gifting heavy over the past couple weeks, but that's not really an excuse because I've been working other layers of my business, which make it possible for me to focus on the gifting layer. So what I want to do is give an update on the progress I've had on my gifting layer, on struggles I've had recently. Well, things I thought were struggles, which after diving in with my coaches on my one-on-ones, I realized are actually not struggles. But what I want to go ahead and do is take some time, open up our gifting Bible, which is our gifting tracker. But before I do that, let me just share. So what I've been doing over the past couple weeks is what I've been doing over the past couple weeks is really focusing in on the remaining gifting clients that I have not been able to get a hold of to check in on how last year's gifting went. So it's very important to check in on all your gifting clients because the last thing you want is for you to place their order or deliver their order. The last thing you spoke to them about was just had to do with their order, them buying cutco from you. And the last thing you want is for the next conversation you have with them to be about placing a second order. So you want to do some checking in with these clients to keep the relationship strong and increase your chances of building a relationship and getting that second, third, fourth, fifth order. Which, by the way, actually, a lot of people think the hardest order to close is the first order. Actually, the hardest order to close is the second. And usually, once you close that second order, you now have this client on a program and it's easier to get to that third, fourth, fifth plus order, right? So I'm going to go ahead, open up my gifting tracker. Okay. So this is gifting tracker. And what I've been very proud of myself for this year is implementing more specific follow-up dates. I used to just break it down to the month, but now I have it broken down to not only the month, but the week as well. So what I've done a lot this week is still clients that I haven't gotten a hold of, um, like Stephen Danette Plasala. Um, Gave them a phone call, sent them a text message, right? Shane Bowerly, Bruno. You can see all these people where it says week 4. These are all the people that I've followed up with this week, and I've called them and sent them a text message, just checking in to see how the gifts went. So, just to give you guys an example of what that sounds like. So, Steven, I just sent him a text message. Hey, Steven, hope you're well. Just reaching out to see how you've been, and how the gifts have been going. Give me a ring when you can connect today. And then, all my phone calls pretty much just would have gone over that. So these client check-in calls, the way they work is you call your customer. Hey, Steven, this is LA. How are you? Awesome. Do you still have all your fingers? LOL. Well, great. Hey, the reason I'm calling is because I wanted to check in and I wanted to see how the gifts went this past year. They went good. Awesome. What kind of reception did you get from those gifts? Okay. Awesome. Now I'm also curious, is there anything that I could have done better for you for that order? Okay, a little bit more communication on delivery date, whatever it is. Okay, awesome. Well, also, I do want to let you know, I meet with all my business owners once a year. What we do is we do our ABR. That's the annual business review. It takes about 30 minutes. And during that ABR, what we'll do is I'll go ahead, I will update you on new products and programs we have for our gifting clients. Then we'll go ahead and we'll map out your business and we'll see who is going to make sense to appreciate for the future. So I do my appreciation business appreciation month in June. So I will have some additional specials going on that month. Would June be a month that would work with you to carve out about 30 minutes? Okay, awesome. I know it's quite a ways out, so I'm going to get you down for June. And then I'm going to make a note. I'm going to call you in May so we can go ahead and get a concrete day and time for that ABR in June. Okay, awesome. Hey, while I have you on the line, are there any questions or any way I can be of service right now? Okay, awesome. Well, hey, thank you so much, Stephen. I appreciate your time, and I'm looking forward to talking here in May. Bye. So it's very important. As you can see, I have 62 gifting clients. Now, some of these are recent orders, so it doesn't make sense for me to do that right now because they just bought their gifts for the year. But what's been nice is by making those check-in calls, I've actually popped off about 9 grand in reorders on the year from people saying this was during the price increase, from people saying like, "Hey, prices are going up. Like, what? Do you have any specials now?" Right? That's something I was promoting. So it's been really beautiful to make these calls, continue these conversations, build on those relationships, and something that I was a little down on myself about recently actually was seeing that last year between January and February, I was at about 20K for the year in gifting. And as of right now, I'm only at about 16K for the year. So I was getting kind of down on myself. It's like, man, I have this goal this year of selling $200,000 in gifting, but I'm down 4K right now. Like, how am I going to make that happen? And what I realized is a lot of those orders that I placed in January or February are clients that bought gifts for the year and they still have gifts, but a lot of them I've actually set them up for ABRs during June. So to me, what looks like is happening is just the time frame that the gifts were placed from last year are being moved to June this year because I'm trying to set everything up for June, right? That's my goal. I want to have a really big SC1, so I'm setting up all my ABRs for SC1. So, like, just to show you guys right now, going through these clients, right? Anyone who the follow up is in May. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We have 12 clients that have already been set. The conversation's already been had. We're like, hey, June is going to be a great time to meet for that ABR. So I'm really excited. I mean, my gifting average order is about 2K. I don't know how many of these appointments I'm going to completely set and how many I'll complete. But I mean, using really rough numbers, let's say I have 12 people set right now. Let's say 75% of those go through, so that's 9 completed. And I know a lot of these people, they've already, like this guy Jay Worthington. When I made this phone call, he's like, "Hey man, like I'm just gonna cut you short. We can meet. You don't got to build it up. We're definitely gonna do Cutco again." Like a lot of those conversations are like that. So, I feel like I'll have a 75% closing. That's 6.75 orders. My business gift average order is, I believe, 1890 CPO. So I'm already looking at about 12K um, for SC1 in June, which actually one of these clients I know I have set last year, their order was a 12K order. So let's say we have 12K plus another 12K order, that's 24 grand. And so as you can see, I have 62 gifting clients. It's like, LA, what the heck? You've only set 12 of these people. Yes, that's because I've already had about 8 people place orders during my check-in calls in January. And then a lot of other people I just haven't gotten a hold of. So what I was really excited about this past week is on my one-on-ones with Luke Mills and Mike Tortora was building out a follow-up strategy to get these ABRs booked. So I want to share that with you guys. Looking at my list, I had about 24 clients left to do these check-in calls with and book the ABRs. So what I did is February week 4, I made a round of phone calls and text messages. Everybody that did not answer, I have set up on my tracker for March week 1 on Monday to send a video. So I'm going to send them a personal video. So just whatever I say over a text or over the phone call, I'm going to send them a personal video. Hey, John, just wanted to check in, see how the gifts are going, do my client check-in script, do that over a video and send that and try and get a response. Okay, so that's 2 touches. If I do not get responses from that video, March week 3, what I'm then going to do is for my top 15 business owners left, I need to do those check-in calls with. I'm going to send them a handwritten card and a vegetable peeler to try and peel out some time with them. And then after that, what I will start working on after that is going to be my prospect list. So I have been getting a lot of leads. This is something that I do need to get better at. But so far on the year, I have about 30 leads. So right now I'm still in my season where I'm trying to continue these conversations with my current clients. Once that time is done, I'm probably going to take the second half of March and all of April to focus on my prospects. And in addition to that, what I'm also going to do is in May, do another round of trying to book my current clients for ABRs. Now, last thing I want to share today is why it's so important to have your residential business to a decent level before you can focus in on this gifting layer. So I don't have an event next week. March is my second biggest month of the year, but I had some changes with events this year to where it looks like March is going to shake out a little bit different. So I have a really big goal next week of booking at least 20 appointments, but I don't want to take the time out of my schedule to book those appointments when I could be spending that on a different layer. I've done a lot of work this past week on the realtor layer, on my next vlog, which, by the way, messed up. Should not have taken 2 weeks to post this next vlog. So my promise to anyone that watches this, my promise to myself is that every week at minimum, I will be posting one vlog. Next vlog, I'm going to go over some realtor stuff. But what's been very beautiful is now that I have an assistant, now that I have 2,000 customers, I was able to send out a text message and book 4 appointments for next week. And my assistant has been working, and I was able to have her, she's already booked about 6 appointments this week. So I have 30 slots in my schedule for next week. I'm about to work a 3-day home show, so I should get some leads to direct schedule from the home show. My goal is that at minimum, I book 20 appointments next week. On the Vast Action LOH this past week, I went over tracking stats. It's so important to track your stats because I know if I book 20 appointments, my completion percentage is 88. So I'm going to use an 80% completion percentage. My closing is 72. So I'm going to bring that down. Let's say I close on 60%. My average order on service calls is 715. Let's bring that down to 600. If I book 20 appointments, I should have about a 6K week. That's very powerful when it comes to your schedule because I'm really excited next week on Sunday to go to San Antonio with my family and go to Topgolf. And I have the ability to do that. I have the ability to focus on my gifting layer because I know and I understand where I'm at my residential business. So my challenge to you is if you don't know your completion percentage, if you don't know your closing percentage, if you don't know your average order, take the time. Send me a text message. Give me a call. LA Gonzalez, 361-455-1662. And let me help you get that done so that way you can have the ability to focus on this gifting layer. Anyone that's been following along, guys, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And I'm looking forward to going over some realtor stuff next week. I'm very excited that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have about 10 realtor events in my schedule over the next 2 months. So I'm really excited to share the goods with you guys on that and what I've been doing to get that layer of my business rolling. And we'll talk soon, guys. Thank you all.